Well, here we are now on episode 26 of the Daily Raps. Good morning, I'm Barry Fair. Thanks for joining me here. Well, today on the show we are going to work on the outro for the show, which we're doing, and talking about safety in the community. So, safety in the community. What's your valuables, guys? Make sure you don't have your wallet or purse lying around. Joining me now in the studio, a very good morning to Alex Taylor. Welcome.
Thanks, Barry. Thanks for having me on the show, and good morning to you too. Yeah, so sounds like you had your flatmate had a bad experience with losing their wallet. Is that what happened?
It is, but I can't tell you all that happened. But guys, be really careful, okay? Because there are a lot of bugs out there. Okay, so. Don't leave your wallet or your purse lying around or your bank cards, because someone can just go, here's Alec now for his opening sequence.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, so it sounds like unfortunately your flatmate had their wallet stolen while they were out and about. So it's a really good reminder, isn't it, to make sure you keep it in a safe place. Keep it where it's not easy to be accessed by other people out there in the community, because there are unfortunately people who are not very nice, and they steal wallets and things like that, aren't they?
And be careful at the ATMs too. If you are withdrawing money, guys, and don't withdraw too much off, and don't wave your money around. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's good advice, Barry. That's absolutely right. So when you go to the ATM to withdraw cash, make sure that you're sort of in a well-lit, safe place, and just put your money away in your wallet straight away, and then leave the area. So yeah, be careful and make sure that you're safe.
And don't let people know your PIN either, because if you're setting up a credit card, make sure you tell them bank to put a PIN where they can't know it, or they won't be able to know it, I should say. So please be really careful. Okay. Don't let people know how much you've got in your wallet, that sort of thing. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's right, Barry. So lots of good advice there as well. So make sure you don't keep your PIN with your card, so that people, could just actually, if they did steal your wallet, they would actually have your PIN as well. And make sure you protect it and cover it when you're using the ATM, so that, people can't see your PIN and then steal your wallet, so they've got the card and the PIN as well. So yeah, lots of good advice there about how to stay safe and look after your money.
And please, it's the same with when you buy things too from the markets, okay? Don't allow anyone to see what you bought either. Don't leave it hanging around. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. So yeah, if you buy something, make sure you take care of it, and just don't leave it somewhere. Lock it in your car, or just take care of it generally, so that you don't have it stolen.
Because if your wallet gets stolen, guys, it could have your license in there as well, and then you're totally stuffed. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. That's good advice too, mate. So yeah, your wallet, if it does contain your license, that means that people could use that license to effectively kind of steal your identity. So they could do all sorts of things with your personal details. So make sure you take care of your wallet and try to avoid having it stolen.
So keep your, don't leave your wallet anywhere on the table in the restaurant. Okay. Pay your bill straight away. If you need to go somewhere, take your wallet with you. Make sure you've got a zipped up pocket on your trousers. Have a bum bag handy, etc. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. That is good advice, isn't it? You don't want to leave your wallet on the table. You want to keep it in your front pocket as well, don't you? You don't want to even in a back pocket, because it's easier to have a pickpocket kind of take it from the back pocket than the front pocket. You don't want to leave it behind. You want to make sure it's with you at all times in a safe place.
So guys, it's the same when you're traveling in a taxi as well. Make sure you've got everything before you exit the taxi, and make sure that the driver is not ripping you off. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, unfortunately, most taxis these days, they're well regulated, aren't they? So the taxi drivers have to have a taxi license, and so they usually don't do anything dodgy with you. So most taxi drivers you can trust these days, which is really good. And particularly if you go through one of those, reputable taxi companies, which is the way to go, then you should be okay. But once again, just look after your wallet, right? Just keep it with you, keep it in your pocket, and don't leave it behind, I suppose.
And don't wave it around them, because your wallet could have your address on there. Anybody can just come around and go, here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's right. So particularly something like your driver's license, which would have your address on it, and people, once they've got your wallet and they think, oh, this person's, somebody that we could steal from, then maybe they would come around, to your house once they've got your address.
So don't give out your address either, or phone number. Here's Alec.
Yeah, always good to keep your personal details private, isn't it? So you don't want someone to have that kind of private information for all sorts of good reasons, but it's just good safety, good personal security.
So if you have a mobile phone, guys, okay, the same thing, don't leave it lying around, because, again, here's Alec.
It's so true, isn't it? So you don't want to just leave it out somewhere when you're out in public, because they're very easy to steal. And I suppose that's a reason why you should always have like a lock code on your phone as well, right? So in the event that you do lose it or leave it behind or it's stolen, that at least someone else can't get into it and look at your emails or anything like that. You want to make sure it's locked if you do lose it.
Because guys, remember, you have to go to the bank and cancel your card, get them to reissue you with a new one, okay? Go to the police, tell them what's happened, etc. Here's Alec.
Yeah, and that's a real pain, isn't it? So if you do lose your wallet, and you've got credit cards in there, and someone could be using them to buy things, you have to put a stop on them and cancel them and get all new cards. It can be a real pain, can't it? It can be a real pain.
And especially with cars, guys, don't leave your keys in the ignition. Okay, take them out. Put your keys away in your zipper. Okay, put a steering lock on your car. Here's Alec.
Yeah, mate. In fact, I've I was talking to a police person a few weeks ago, and they said they're seeing people losing their car to being stolen because they're leaving their back door unlocked and leaving the key near the back door, and so the thieves will come along and they'll just open the back door or the front door and just pick up the keys and drive away with the car. So make sure you lock your front door and have your car keys in a place where it's not easy for a thief to just come and pick them up and steal them.
Well, now on the show, we're going to show you how a rapid test works. Again, for those of you that missed the show. So I will pause that and go and get it. I'll get my offsider to show you how a rap test works. We might even give you a demo on how it works. So we'll take a break. While we're waiting for the rap test, and we'll do the demo on it, let's talk about how important it is to be ready for a new interview. Make sure you've got all your answers ready, and here we are. We'll take another break.
He's keen to do a rap, isn't he?
Yeah.
And
You happy for
back, viewers. Now I'm going to give a demo on how to do a rapid test. Here's Beta now to explain how it works. Good morning, Beta. Welcome.
Good morning, Barry. Okay, so this morning we're going to do our bi-weekly rat test, and we've got the little COVID antigen test kit cassette. That's right. That's this one here for everyone to see. Wonderful. Then we have the specimen collection swab.
Okay.
Comes in this little packet and looks like this.
So, let's give you a demonstration on how it works.
Okay. And then we've also got the fluid which the specimen goes into and is then poured onto the cassette. All right, Barry.
So I'll just pause that again so the viewers can't see it. Now, you see what has happened there? Okay, this is how it works. Okay,
This is the nasal swab.
and that's a nasal form. Okay. So what you do next is after that the drops go into this little cassette here.
Just in here there's a little dot and that's where we pour the liquid and the specimen into, which I'm going to do right now. 3 drops. 1, 2,
and 3. So what happens now is the alarm will show up. It is not showing up yet, but if there's one line, okay, you are good to go. But if you're not, like we said on the last program we brought to you, you have to return home immediately. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. Yeah, so that's right. If you test positive, you want to go home and stay away from other people and make sure that you don't spread it around anymore.
And cancel any plans that you have made as well.
and how long do we have to wait here, Barry?
15 minutes. So,
Right.
so just to give you viewers an idea, of how this works. Okay? You can't see online yet.
It's starting. Can you see that, Barry? A little bit faint. See that?
It's a little bit faint.
Put it as close as I
Test
can.
line, right? So that's not that's just to make sure that the test is working properly.
That's right. It's not the
Yeah.
COVID positive line.
It's just
So that's working good. The control. Yeah. All right.
So after you finished and you wait, okay? And if you're all good, don't worry about it.
What happens to all of these things that we've used, Barry?
In the bin.
In the bin? Very good. Everything is discarded off. Fantastic. You want to come back in 15?
So while we're waiting for the test, okay, let's talk about how important it is to be ready to be interviewed on a television station, such as Channel 9, okay? You have to be prepared, have your answers ready for the reporter, okay? And all that. Here's Alec now.
Thanks, Barry. Yeah, so super exciting news that tomorrow sounds like you're going to get to be on Channel 9 tomorrow. And it's good to be prepared, have some answers. But I think even if they ask you questions that you haven't prepared for, I think you'll have fun. I think it'll be fun to kind of answer things as well.
So how a news story is put together. Okay, the cameraman will go out with a reporter. Okay, the reporter's job is to ask some basic questions about what happened, where it occurred, why it's important to the viewers, and how it affects the viewers. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's right. They like to do lots of research, don't they? So journalists, when they interview people, they like to know all sorts of information about the subject. And some of it they'll just look up on the internet, and some they'll collect when they're, on site, and they ask lots of probing questions, and yeah, that kind of thing.
So it is very important, guys, to to say what you need to say, okay, and stick to the relevant topic, okay? Because you often see on the news, guys, okay, you often see a camera person will walk up with a reporter and they would ask a question, and sometimes they will say no comment. Here's Alex.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So sometimes people don't want to talk on camera, but other times people are really happy to, and they're just happy to share their views. And I think it partly depends on the subject, doesn't it? Sort of if it's a sort of a sensitive subject, then maybe they won't want to share. But if it's just something fun and they're much more happy to share, then they'll answer the questions.
So once the interview is done, the reporter will go back to the station with the camera crew and give the finished product to the editor, write the story, and then give the editor time to cut it. Here's Alex.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you know a bit more about that process than I do, Barry. But it sounds interesting, doesn't it? That they then sort of cut it into a little segment for a TV show, and the editor does sort of editing work, and I guess they put it together into a little slot, and then I suppose they schedule it for broadcast.
They do, but sometimes it doesn't always make it onto the evening news because often you may see a caption saying breaking news, and other stories have to be removed so that particular story can be aired, such as the Surrey Hills fire in the city. Here's Alex.
Yeah, right. So if it's a big news day, like the other day when there was a big fire down near Central Station in Surrey Hills, then a lot of the other stories get bumped, don't they? So they'll just focus on the news, the big event that's happened that day, breaking news event, and they'll bump the other stories to another day.
So, something smells good outside our studio. I wonder what it is.
It smells
It's a
like lunch.
zucchini slice happening for lunch.
Oh, yum, zucchini slice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Smells good.
Lovely.
So, on to another shot now about the outro, the new intro and outro for the show. So, stay right there, guys. Well, the new intro and outro, isn't it exciting? Because we've had the Channel 9 one for so long, it's time for a slower version. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. So we've made a few over the years, haven't we? I think this might be our fifth one or fourth. Can you?
Fifth one.
Fifth intro and outro that we're making. We've come up with a great theme. Do you want to tell the viewers about the theme for it?
Ba 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 ba.
Awesome theme. So it's a piece of music from some videos from, I think, the 70s. Was that right?
Yeah.
So they were sort of transport videos in the 70s, and they had this really cool sounding music. And we're cutting out some bits and pieces from these videos and putting some titles over the top, and there'll be the new intro and outro.
Yeah, so over in this corner in the studio, we have two very lovely ladies over there. Vita, give. So Vita and so we're going to bring Vita over now, so I can tell you about the new album that we're doing.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. Well, it's a very exciting day today. Last week was absolutely wonderful as we spoke about. We did some brainstorming for the original song that's going to be on Barry's EP. And today we're just pulling out some sentences that we could perhaps use to start writing some of the lyrics for Barry's song. So we've done quite a bit of work, Lavinia and I, this morning already. We're looking at rhyming schemes, we're looking at rhymes for different lines, we're looking at taking quotes that Barry has said directly, that we recorded down last week, that we jotted down last week.
So we might even touch on that now,
Okay,
while Vita's holding it up.
yeah. Maybe Lavinia, would you like to read them out?
So the first one.
Nice and loud, because for the,
Yeah. So the first one up here.
Are you sure you're alright being on camera,
No, it's
Lavinia?
alright.
you're really loud.
Okay, so the first one is, don't allow another person's opinion to sway you. second one is stick to what you know is true. Love is all around us, everywhere we turn. We just need to know what to look for. Stop blaming others when you're having a hard day. Realize it's really not that hard.
So these are some concepts and ideas that we came up with last week that we're just jotting down into sentences now. And then we're going to try and turn it into parts of a song. So we're going to be looking at verses, choruses, the bridge, maybe an outro, even maybe we were talking with Lavinia this morning, perhaps Barry might even like to do like a little rap with some of his words down the track, but we don't know yet.
Well, I can try and do
You
it
could
now.
try and do a rap, couldn't you?
Don't blame others if you had a bad day. There's no need to play that blame game. No, 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 no.
Amazing. I love that. Woo-hoo. And then, so here we've got like a few ideas of the why of the song, which I think is always the most important part, because it keeps your vision and your focus on every part of the song. So we've got a why here. Lavinia, do you want to read that out nice and loud as well?
So one of the whys we write is when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Right, and that's beautiful, right? That's a very well-known quote, and that's basically the basis of what Barry was getting at with the brainstorming of last week, and we're trying to get all of the sentiment into the song, into the original, because I think it would be really great. There's so many great ideas. It could be like a huge album, but we'll start with one. Something else that we've written here is talking about the rhyming scheme. So in songs, there's different ways of creating your parts of your song. So, for example, with a chorus, there's different rhyming schemes. So the first line and the third line might rhyme, or the first and second line might rhyme, and then the third and fourth line might rhyme differently. We're going with the ABBA rhyme scheme. We're going to give that a go and see how that goes. And that means that line 1 and line 4 will rhyme, and line 2 and line 3 of the song, of the chorus or the verse, will rhyme. So that's a bit fun, and we actually just brainstormed a little something just to get us off the ground this morning. Do you want to read that out, Harry? It's just this one here.
You've gone and done it again. Missed all the life I had to give. Mistaken love for tricks and gimmicks. Oh, what a mess we're in.
Beautiful. So that's an example of an ABBA rhyme scheme. So, and that sort of links into the sentiment of Barry's original song and the ideas he had around it. We're looking for a nice sort of way to open the song. So that was something we've been working on while Barry was doing his YouTube. And then we've also done a lot of little things like this, which are little just rhyme columns, we call them, and basically we put the word love down, and then we think up all the words that sound like they rhyme with love. And this morning, with love, we came up with trust, with must, with fun, with us, with up, with thud. There's so many options, but it's good to have them visual and have them written down so we can think of things. I wanted to share something too that Lavinia added this morning, which I thought was beautiful. It's this really nice quote as well to think about. Lavinia, if you want to read that one out and Barry can have a listen to it. It's the first time for Barry.
to the quote is, the best and the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen, heard, or even touched, but must be felt with the heart.
You like that one, Barry?
I agree with that one. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. So we're looking forward to create a very touching song and something that makes you think about life and love and being good to each other. Is that our sentiment, Barry?
Yeah, so like we said last week, guys, okay, let's work together in the team, trust each other, respect one another, and let's not argue.
That's it. Beautiful.
Arguing, it's just a wasting emotion. So why are we arguing at all?
Beautiful.
There's no point in arguing and upsetting the person that we love. So please start giving and not taking. So please respect the ones that you love. Remember, if you respect them, they will respect you. And don't just think about yourself. Think about what you're saying and doing. So, and don't just do what you want. And have a compromise. And it will be okay.
Beautiful, Barry. Beautiful, Barry. Well done.
Wow, that was awesome improvisation,
Wasn't
mate.
that awesome?
So we're gonna close off the show now by saying if you've got a problem, okay, don't get out and blame the board game and blame. Get the game of love out, okay? Give and not take. It's the way it is. And to take us out today, the new intro and outro. Here's Alec now to hand over to tell you about the new intro, and we'll finish the show at back.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. So, as we started talking about earlier, we've had a first go at the intro. We've got a 15-second clip from one of those videos from the 70s. And it sounds great, and we've put some text over the front, over the top of it. And we just have to have a go at the outro. We'll do the same sort of thing. And then you'll have both. But I actually have already sent you the intro, so you can actually, if you wanted, you could join that, splice that together with one of your videos, so you can actually show the viewers.
Okay?
And then we should have, by the next time we get together, we should have the new outro as well, and we could even work on it a little bit more today.
So we'll leave the show for now and work on the outro. And I usually would bang on about Triple O, but not this time around. So you all know when to call 000 and when not to. I don't need to keep reminding you. So on that note, time to do a bit more work on the outro, and I will see you on the next show. Here's Alec now for his farewell.
Thanks, Barry. Thanks for having me on the show, mate. Looking forward to the next one.
And we'll see you next time round. Bye-bye.